The seed you plant them in the word is the seed. And the seed is what we are. The seed.
Hi there, it's nice to see you again. I'm Teacher Meek. Did you enjoy making the crafts last week and the week before? You did? That's great! Today we're going back to our story time. Did you miss it? Really? You did? I'm so happy! I have another one just for you. Excited? Me too. So I'm going to move to the side again. So we'll have our story right here. Alright? So today's story is entitled Waters Part and Walls Fall. Waters part? Again? This is a different story, and you can find it in Numbers 13 to 14 and Joshua 2 to 3 and 5 to 6. Alright, shall we get started? Moses, you remember Moses, right? Moses sent 12 spies into the promised land. Can you say promised land? Promised land. 10 of them said, "We will never defeat the people there." But Joshua and Caleb said, "With God's help, we can do it." Looks like Joshua and Caleb have their faith. Frightened, the people believed the 10 spies. They didn't believe in Joshua and Caleb. How about you? Who are you going to believe? God said, "Only your children with Joshua and Caleb will enter the promised land." So after 40 years, that's right, 40 long years in the desert, it was time. Time for what? Time for school? No. Time to enter the promised land. Joshua, remember that name and say it with me. Joshua. Joshua. Joshua sent 2 spies into Jericho. They met a woman named Rahab who hid them and helped them escape down the wall. Because the kinsmen found out about the 2 spies that Joshua sent, and the kinsmen were looking for them. But Rahab helped them and hid them. And the 2 spies, after the kinsmen had gone away, they promised to spare her and her family. The Israelites crossed the Jordan River. The priests went first, carrying the Ark of the Covenant. It's a different ark, not the big Ark of Noah. No, that's a different one. This Ark of the Covenant is a symbol of faith, and it also carries the 10 Commandments. Do you still remember the 10 Commandments? You do? That's great. Then the priests who were carrying the Ark of the Covenant, when their feet touched the river, it stopped flowing, and everyone crossed the dry land. Again. Whoa, that is so amazing. Jericho was next. Jericho is a city. The Lord told Joshua, "For 6 days, can you help me count to 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6. For 6 days, march around Jericho. Then on the seventh day, march around 7 times. 7 times. Then blow your horns, shout, blow your trumpets, and the walls will crumble down. Thinking about it, aren't walls hard? Aren't walls sturdy and heavy? How can trumpets, horns, or even your voices can make them crumble down? But Joshua trusted God. He did what the Lord said, and for 6 days he marched with his men. March, 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 march. And on the seventh day, what did they do? They marched around Jericho for 7 times. And then they shouted, blew their trumpets and horns, and the walls crumbled down. Wow! That is because they trusted God and they believed what God told them. And then Joshua and his men took the city. Rahab, remember her? She was the one who hid the spies while the king's men were looking for them. She and her family was spared. They were safe. And God's people began to take the promised land. The end. So that is our story for today. What was the title again? Waters part and walls fall. Do you think if we shout right now, our walls will fall down? What do you like most about the story? My favorite part is when Joshua and his men marched around the city for 6 times, and on the 7th day, they marched around 7 times, and they shouted and blew their trumpets, and the walls came crumbling down. That was amazing. Who knew that the trumpet sounds and the horn sounds and the shouting can make the big and strong walls crumble, right? But it was all because they trusted in what God said, and because Caleb and Joshua were not afraid, and also they had their faith. I love this story very much, and I hope you do too. I'll see you in the next story time, perhaps. We'll see each other in the next story time. Really? Aww. Okay, so I'll say goodbye for now. But see you next time. Bye!